What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I wanted to tell you guys that I'm hosting another no spend challenge. This one is going from January 1st until January 31st. So it is the whole month of January, and so let's go ahead and get started with all the details. So I've done a couple no spends within the year of 2019 and I have really loved doing that. For my very first no spend that I did, I believe it was last April, I ended up saving $1,200. What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be how I saved $1,200 in 1 month by doing a no spend challenge. And so I want to do these more often. So here at the beginning of 2020, my husband and I, we sat down and we decided that we were going to do 3 whole months. Now this challenge I'm only hosting for the first 30 days because I know that 3 months in a row is a lot for many people, and so I'm just going to be hosting the challenge for the month of January, so that way you guys can get tips from me, you guys can ask me questions, and just kind of get it under your belt with how to do a no spend challenge. What is a no spend challenge? This essentially means that you are not spending any extra money on anything that you don't physically need in the month that you're doing a no spend challenge. So for instance, if you still have plenty of clothing to wear, you don't need to buy new clothing, so that is definitely not something you need to buy. Maybe you actually do need to get groceries. A lot of people will try and eat from their freezer or pantry and try and not buy a lot of like extra type of groceries. So when I'm doing a no spend month, I write down a grocery list. I only buy the essentials. I don't buy like alcohol or lots of snacks or treats or anything like that, and I stick to my list. So I don't pick up anything because it's just on sale or anything extra that's going to just be sitting in my freezer for a bunch of months unless I know that I'm specifically using it like within that month. Also means taking a look at all your subscription services that you have, cutting down on all of those, especially if they're ones that you don't use as often. Now I for myself, I do keep my Netflix and now my Disney Plus subscription service. We also continue using our Spotify because that's something that we use all the time. Then I also have a subscription to Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use to edit my videos. Those types of things are all like we use them very, very frequently. But for instance, a book subscription service, like I am not going to use a book subscription service because I have plenty of books on a bookshelf, or I also have books that I could get at the library. So if I did have any of those things, for instance, I'm on the 3-month free trial of Kindle Unlimited, I will not be continuing with that. I will be canceling that subscription service. Of course, anyone can make up their own rules for a no spend month. I am not going to be policing anybody, but I do believe in really cutting down if you do want to save. Now, I am not saying that people are all going to save $1,200. That's just what I saved, and my goal actually for this month is to save $2,500. And so yes, everyone has a different income coming in, everyone has different bills going out, and so I do not know what your money looks like. I do not know how much you're going to save, but I do know that if you do a no spend month, you will save some money because you are cutting out all of the extra things that you normally buy. And even if you don't think that you waste a lot of money, you still will save more money than I think that you think you will save, because a lot of those little things add up. For instance, like getting a Starbucks coffee all the time, that really adds up. Or adding a couple things to your grocery cart, you know, that's not on your list, that can really add up. All of your subscription services, buying books, all of that type of stuff. It might only be $10 here, $5 there, but in the grand scheme of things, that can be a couple $100s that you automatically save by cutting out those products. So I actually made a spread in my bullet journal for 2020, and it's a no spend rules type of spread, and I really, really like it just because it keeps me on track for the whole entire month. I didn't do a 3-month spread because I want to kind of go over my goals every single month and maybe change out a couple of things. Maybe there's a couple exceptions, but a lot of this stuff will stay the same, but it's just nice to see what I'm going to be saving in January, and then when I do my February goals, I can worry about my February goals when February comes around. So for these no spend rules, I just wrote some of the things that are allowed. So obviously bills that you have to pay, like you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your utilities, insurance, gas to get places. All of those types of things are actual things that are allowed just because they're bills. You have to pay them. Now, I did add having some toiletries or cleaning products, but at the same time, I'm not going to buy a bunch of new makeup. Like, I will only buy mascara if I absolutely need mascara. And even for cleaning products, if I need baking soda or bleach or laundry detergent, I will buy those things, but I'm not going to go to Target and look at the Mrs. Meyer new soap collection and buy 5 different soaps, you know? So you really have to pay attention to those things. I also have an online book club, and so I ship out books for doing book swaps and giveaways, and we have birthdays where we like to gift people books off of their wish list. I am allowing money for those types of items just because those are very important to me, and I also will be trying to use only a certain amount for each month. So I haven't quite put a cap on it yet, but I think I might do only about 3 or 4 birthdays in the book club each month, so I don't get, you know, too far ahead of myself and just kind of gift to everybody. Now we got to what's not allowed, and for instance, eating out, we're not going to eat out at all. No Starbucks, no new clothing. I'm not buying any books. I also do not want to buy any home decor, and that includes candles. A lot of the time I will be at Aldi buying my groceries, and I'll see maybe a dog bed for Graham, or I'll see candles, or just something that you never knew you needed until you saw it in the Aldi aisle, and that is not going to happen during my months of no spend. There are no extra things coming into the house. If anything, I'm going to be selling things, decluttering during the spring, and getting rid of things that we don't actually need. We will not be going to the movie theater or doing Redbox. This is a great time for you to use the subscription services that you actually are paying for. So Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, or get movies at the library. I've been doing that a lot recently. I love getting movies at the library because a lot of times they come out right when the Redbox movies come out. So you can really just plan ahead and get the movies at the library and then have them for when you do want to have that movie night if the movie isn't on Netflix or another subscription service. I do suggest not planning your no spend month during a month that you are exceptionally busy with things, because a lot of times that's just not going to work. So that is one of the reasons why I'm planning my 3 months for January, February, or March, because not really anything happens in those months. A lot of times they're just like the depressing, you know, cold, wintry, dismal months, and so this is the perfect time to not spend money. So just some tips for your no spend. You should definitely be eating out of your freezer and pantry. I actually have a bunch of meat in my freezer that I got on sale over the last couple months. Plus I order from ButcherBox, which is a like grass-fed, grass-finished meat delivery service. So I have a ton of meat in my freezer. And since I'm gonna be doing a carnivore challenge in January, this is gonna fit in super well because I spend the least amount of money doing carnivore. So I am really, really excited to just eat out of my freezer, and I won't even really have to eat out of my pantry either, because you don't really have snacks or anything on carnivore, so it's a really good money saver. I also will be removing the Amazon app from my phone, and I'm doing this because I don't need to spend hours looking for things, adding things to my cart, saving them for later. That can definitely happen a different month. Nothing's going to change that's different from January as it would be from June. So I'm just going to delete that so that way I don't have the temptation to buy something because it's on sale or because it's just a couple dollars. There's no shopping in the month of January. Make sure that you meal plan and prep throughout the month of January, because this is great for not spending extra money on groceries. If you have a meal plan, you meal prep, you don't have to go eating out, and you have a grocery list for when you go shopping, you're not going to be buying any impulse buys. I've already talked about getting movies at the library. You can read books that you already own or get books from the library. I want to write a small list of date nights that we could do for January, because instead of we usually do for a date night, we go to the movie theater and we get popcorn and a drink, and that can really add up. So instead, I do want to still spend time with my husband, but I want to plan maybe a couple things in January for us to do at home. So maybe it's cooking a dinner together or playing a game. We do have plenty of board games, or you could watch a movie at home and make just popcorn or whatever you want to do, like at your actual house, which is a lot cheaper. I also am not going to step foot into Target or TJ Maxx unless well, TJ Maxx I don't have to step foot in at all ever. It's just because I love going there and I love buying candles. But for Target, I'm only gonna go there if I absolutely have to get something there. Pretty sure I can get most of my things at Aldi, but occasionally I do step into Target, and as you know, it's just beautiful in there. And so we're not going to go into Target because I do not want to have the temptation to buy anything, even if it's on their $1 to $5 like entry area that has all the cute things. We're just not gonna go there. Okay, really quick, I wanted to tell you guys about this app that I found, and this is not sponsored or affiliated at all. Like, they do not even know I exist. I found this app called Clio, and I've been using it over the last couple days, and it's actually really, really cool. And I thought I would share it with you guys because I feel like this is going to work really well with the no spend challenge. What I'm showing you right now is just the website version of it. That's just kind of telling you what Clio is, but it's an actual app for your phone. So I have mine on my phone here, and it's really cool because you link it to your bank account and it tells you exactly your balance that you have in all of your accounts, and it puts everything in categories for you. So for instance, it shows me exactly how much I spent on Amazon for the month of December, and I'm blown away by that number. Like, I know it was Christmas time, but that's a lot of money. I really just love how you can see it by actual like vendors. So you can see how much you spent at Starbucks for the whole month, or Amazon for the whole month, or even Aldi or Walmart. I love it. It adds it all up together for you, and I don't have to sit there and do it and add up every single time I went to Aldi. But then it also shows you in different categories. So it shows you how much you spent for shopping, or how much you spent for bills, or how much you spent for groceries or transport or eating out. And I really, really like this because it also will do little like text messages to you. And so it'll tell you that you're over budget or under budget. So I went ahead and I created a budget for the month of January. And so it's going to start January 1st. And so it automatically knows when bills are coming out, and anything that's linked to my bank account, it's going to know that information. So I don't have to do the hard work of going through my bank account later and writing everything down in my bullet journal. It's all going to be on here. And I'm really, really excited about that, because then once I am at the end of January, I can just see if I hit my budget and how much I saved. And it also is really cool because it shows a graph chart. So it shows like if we are saving in the long run because of how much we're spending every single month. And I really, really like that. It's super awesome and super easy. And I'm really excited I found this app, and it's free actually, which is even the cooler part. So what's really cool is because you can like text it in an actual texting form, you can ask it like, what bills do I have coming up? And it'll tell you a bill overview, what's coming out on what day, and what's already paid or what needs to be paid. You can ask what your income is, you can ask for categories, and it'll literally list what you have for that like exact time that you're talking about. So whether it's December, it'll be like you spent this much from the 1st of December until the 23rd of December. And so I really, really love this app, and I'm going to use it for the whole month in January. And then when I do my end of January no spend video about how much I saved, I can let you guys know exactly like what I loved even more about this app, because I just started using it. So I haven't used it for a full month yet, but I really want to wait and see what January's stats are going to be. Even though that the whole Clio app is not affiliated, I did see in my account that if you use my link, I will get $5 and you will get $5. So if you want to use my referral link, I will have it down below in the description box. You don't have to use it obviously, but if we both get $5, that's pretty cool. But anyway, you can check it out, download it, or whatever you want to do, and let me know down in the comments if you actually like it. Last but not least, but I do have a Facebook group dedicated to this no spend challenge. So I will also have that link down below if you need help or tips or anything like that. If you do have a Facebook, go ahead and join that link, because I will be posting updates in that group and trying to motivate everybody. I share my bullet journal spreads in there as well, like anything that's helping me with no spend and keeping everything just organized and ready to go. And so I'm really, really excited. I hope that you guys are going to be doing the no spend challenge with me. Here's to January and saving a bunch of money for the future. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye everyone.